capacity throughout your married life, doing all changes to life in a harmonious and meaningful fellowship.
First things first, we will find the office. So tomorrow we're actually getting married, but we have to present ourselves today and show our documents to show that we have an appointment. You have to do it a day before, so we're here a day before. We will just hang out on the island and discover, and then tomorrow we'll actually get married, but then only stay for like a few minutes after and immediately come back because we have a reservation in Copenhagen, and we'll stay there in Copenhagen for 2 days.
Quindi abbiamo trovato il posto dove ci sposeremo domani, abbiamo portato i nostri documenti, alle 9:30 dobbiamo essere qua.
Stavo pensando che questo è il how do you say, debt? I thought that's what we had to owe. I thought I owed like 9:30 or
9:30, yeah.
But that's the time.
Yes, time, see. So I would like to show entrance of this office, but we will be in another room. This here, everything just married and organized. They organized, yes. So it's we saw another couple who wanted to marry, but no place until September.
So basically we decided we wanted to get married, and we've been preparing to get married since February. We knew that, and so we were going to get married in Italy, and so we prepared documents. I did everything I needed to do on the U.S. side. Elena did everything. You need to get not just a lot of times documentation, but you have to get something called an apostille.
Apostle, yeah.
There's a lot of this documentation that you have to do ahead of time. So we thought, okay, we have everything. We even made appointments in Italy. We did everything. And then when we got here, we were thinking, okay, what's the next thing we have to do? Well, without going into specific detail, just because it's a little complicated, we were basically told, yes, you can do everything, but now you have to make another appointment to appear before a court to just swear and do different things. We couldn't get an appointment until October. We couldn't get an appointment at the court until October, and then after that they have to approve and do everything, and
everything, another 3 months at least.
So look, we probably wouldn't be able to get married until December or January of 2026. So we started to do some research, and the good thing is that because we had most of our documentation ready, we looked at other options, and one very popular option that we never knew about is Denmark. And a lot of international couples get married here for the exact reason that we just said, is that depending on the countries, a lot of times it's more complicated, even if you have everything ready, which we did. It's just about dates and stuff. So here we were able to find, and we started, but we did this back in May. So right now it's June 30th, right? Yeah, so it's June 30th. So back in May, right when I arrived in Italy, we started doing research and we started making appointments. And because we had our documentation ready, we went through an organization, although you can do it on your own, but we went through an organization that basically took our documents that we already had. They filed them to the Danish government for us. And then they have to approve. The Danish government has to approve to say that you're able to get married. And then once you get approved, then you can book a date in Denmark. Copenhagen is popular, but because Copenhagen's popular, even 1 month wasn't enough time. So Arrow was available, which is a beautiful island. We're here now. We're about to explore. We got approved. We sent everything, and then we booked our date. And we basically went through this company and said, get us the fastest date as possible. And that was back in May, or late May. So it's now, tomorrow will be July 1st when we get married. And we just saw a couple that came in and wanted to do the same thing that we were doing, but they're now about 2 months out. I don't want to say got lucky, because we were prepared, because we had all of our documentation ready. But if you want to do something like this, if you're an international couple or just regular couple and you want to get married quickly,
something particular, not
just something different,
unusual,
romantic,
you can do in Denmark.
So. Yeah, you can do it in Denmark. I definitely recommend Arrow. It's a beautiful island. We haven't seen everything yet. Obviously, it's summertime too, so that's another reason too. I'm assuming in December it's probably much easier to book spots because it's cold. But we came at an incredibly beautiful time of the year, and we kind of got in right under the radar. Because another thing that happened too is we submitted our documents to the company, and then the company is supposed to submit our documents to the Danish government. Like right before we submitted, they said, okay, we accepted your documents, but we got an email saying that the Danish government was taking down their system security, but like a
update,
an update for their systems. They were just doing a major update, and it was going to take a couple of weeks, and we have to plan everything in advance. We had to book our hotel here. We had to buy the ferry to come here.
Planned everything.
Yeah, we planned everything, but we had to do this like in advance. We had to obviously buy our plane tickets, buy train tickets, buy buses to get from Copenhagen to Svendborg. And so a lot of planning to do in a very short period of time. And so setting us back 2 weeks before we knew we were going to get approved was a big deal. So we were getting some documents translated from Elena, and it was like we literally, the day we got her documents translated into English, we submitted it and they were able to get us in the day before they took their systems down. In some ways we got lucky, in other ways we were really prepared, and that kind of helped us. But anyways, we're just explaining that if you do want to get married in Denmark like we are, Arrow is a beautiful option. You can get married in other places. It just depends on your need, your time frame. If you're not in any rush, then you're probably fine. But if you kind of wanted to do it quickly like we did, you definitely get your paperwork ready as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Anyways, now it's time to explore the island and
To find
something to eat because we're both
Yes.
hungry. I'm definitely gonna get this walnut, whatever this is.
Adesso scelgo anch'io. Ci siamo fermati a mangiare in un posticino che è carino. Adesso scegliamo il cibo. Quindi stiamo andando a verificare l'altro posto dove abbiamo fatto la prenotazione con l'agenzia, però numero 5.
Old Merchant's House. That's not, no, that's wrong.
What?
The weddings are on this side.
Who are you going to see?
Tomorrow we're getting married, so the Danish weddings.
You're right in the
Oh.
building.
Right here? Okay.
Right here.
Okay. So we were just, because we're coming tomorrow early, we wanted to make sure we knew where we were supposed to be, and this is it?
Yes, this
Okay,
is it.
perfect.
And this is where you're getting married. I'm preparing the flowers.
Cool.
You can have a little peek.
Yeah.
What time?
9:30.
Oh, 9:30. I'll be your witness.
Oh, excellent. Well, very nice to meet you. I'm Philip.
Nice to meet you. I'm Lona. A little earlier then.
Yes.
You can go in here and freshen
So
up
I
and
can
change.
bring with me my dress and
then
change
you can
me
come
here.
in here
Oh, okay.
and
Okay.
have maybe a cup of tea and just get ready in here. Come and change and then come in here and change and get ready. It's no fun to be in your wedding dress on the floor.
Yes,
I'm glad.
this
This
is
is
a-
why we stopped by.
Yeah. Toilet in here.
Yes.
And the sink and then if you want to freshen up.
Ok, thank
Yeah.
you. Sì, sì,
Okay.
perfetto.
The door will be open and you go right up.
Wonderful.
You take Elena to be your lawful wedded wife.
I do.
Likewise, I ask you, Elena, do you take Philip to be your lawful wedded husband? You may change your rings.
We're married.
See.
Yeah. So we are officially married. We got married about 20 minutes ago. Feels good.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Поздравляю.
So what's funny is that when we were walking around this island and going down these streets, we've been seeing all these nice decorations and we keep seeing these dogs. And so in the wedding where we had the ceremony, said our vows and everything, there was also 2 sets of dogs. And Elena asked, what's up with the dogs? Because everywhere we go in these windows, there's these dogs. And it's funny story because we literally just got done getting married within seconds. Here, look, there's another set right here. Just so that you can see, there are dogs in almost all of these windows. Here's another set. So while we said our vows, not 30 seconds, we asked what's up with the dogs, and the lady told us, so there's all these fishing villages, which means the men are off fishing. And the story about the dogs is if basically when the men are out, the women would face the dogs out, facing out, looking out of the window. And when the men were home from fishing, they would put their backs, they would face the dogs into the house, basically saying, my husband's here, I'm not available. So I just thought it was a really funny and I don't know if ironic or whatever story. 5 seconds after we get married, they're like, oh yeah, that's what the symbol of these dogs is about, cheating.
Cheating, yes.
So,
Just to say to
yeah.
man, my husband in water and.
Yeah, but that's the legend. But they also said that they symbolize, the other legend, I guess, is they symbolize like protection for the sailors, and that they would help bring the dogs looking out would help bring the sailors home, which is much sweeter. You know, I prefer that version, but I just thought it was funny. But yes, there's all these dogs in the window, and now Ellen and I, as we're walking down, we're judging all these homes where it's like some are facing out and some are facing in, and now we're judging all these people's homes. Once we finished the ceremony, we didn't have a whole lot of time because we had to catch the ferry from Aro to Svendborg, and then we had to catch a bus from Svendborg to Copenhagen. So we found a nice place to get a cappuccino and have a great view of the Baltic Sea and discuss our plans for what we were going to do in Copenhagen, which is where we're headed next. Enjoy. Well, it's the morning after our wedding day.
Yes, first day.
First day. We are excited. We are now in Copenhagen, which now I miss Svendborg already.
Yes.
Not to hate on Copenhagen. We just got here and we stayed at the hotel right in the middle of town. It's just super noisy and it's, but it's a big city, right? And Svendborg was so quiet, peaceful by the sea. So it's a little more chaotic here. That's okay. We haven't explored yet, so no hate. Now we are going to get an apostille or apostoli in Italian for our wedding documents. Everything's official, we are married, but in order for us to register with Italy and get all of that information into the country, it has to be stamped with another special stamp. So we're going to do that, and then that's close to that's close to a church.
Church, yeah. I hope we can, because, well...
Yeah, we'll see. Either way. So now we're going to explore Copenhagen. Thankfully, it's nice and cool out. It's about, 23 degrees?
Yeah.
So it's not cold, it's not warm. It's kind of right in the middle with the breeze. It's very nice. So let's check out Copenhagen.
Yes, we are in Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
This is where we are at. Yeah.
They called.
Okay, so we got called up right as we were explaining it. We'll explain better later, but we're getting the apostille now when we're in the...
We prepared because...
Yeah, you have to pay. So if you don't pay, then you have to go to a kiosk right there to pay. But you can pay online ahead of time so that we didn't have to. But it's not busy at all. Yeah, there's only like 4 people in here. So even if you don't pay, you can pay at that kiosk. But we paid online, and we paid like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So we just came prepared. But if you don't want to wait in line, you just pay, you push the button, you get your number, and we're literally within 30 seconds. We were seeing it now. She's getting us our official, it's not official stamp because the certificate is official, but official stamp for other countries to recognize.
Yes, it's a convention between central numbers of countries
to recognize.
Yes.
All right, so we did it.
Yes.
Show where this place is really quick. Hold on.
Yes.
If you're ever going to get married in Denmark and you have to get an apostille, it's this Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Denmark.
So entrance B.
Yeah, this is the entrance B. Yes, because we walked past it. And it's right on the canal, which is really nice. So just so that you can see where this is at. We got the document. We paid ahead of time. It's very easy. It took us less than 5 minutes to get everything, and then we'll show the stamp. And then that's what the stamp looks like. Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Mm-hmm. Now our marriage certificate is basically valid in other countries to register for them to say, yes, it's a valid document. So it is valid, obviously, in Denmark, but for Italy to recognize it, for the US, for Russia, for everywhere else to recognize it, that it's a real document, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has to stamp it and say, yes, we recognize it, and then they also recognize it. So that's one less thing we have to do, and now we can continue to explore the rest of Copenhagen. All right, so we made it to the Church of Our Saviour. That's an interesting shot with the sun right there on the side of it. The cool thing is, hopefully, it's open, but you're supposed to be able to walk up the spire. Once we get in the shade, I'll show it better because it's impossible to see in the sun. But yeah, you can walk up there. So I'm hoping that we can get in there. Yeah, but we'll see if it's if you have to buy tickets ahead of time or not, like with Pisa. Pisa was an adventure, but we'll see how this goes. It's a beautiful, beautiful church. So we were able to get a ticket. It's full right now, but I'm thinking because it's Wednesday, early in the morning. It's not super full, but it's full right now. But we were able to buy a ticket
for next tour.
Yeah, and for the next entrance, which was like 20 minutes from now. But my suggestion is if you want to come to this Church of the Saviour in Copenhagen, you buy your tickets online and whatever time you want. That way you just show up when you're ready and go.
Yeah.
But fortunately, like I said, it's the middle of the week. I think we got lucky. But if you come here on a weekend or during a high time, it's probably going to be booked more than one day out. Just plan accordingly. So we're headed up to the tower. We made it. Only had to wait about 15 minutes, which is not bad. Keeps going. Every time I think we're at the highest spot, it just keeps going, but I love it. You made it to the top, but don't drop your phone. All right, I think we're about to go outside.
Oh.
Almost there, baby. Almost there.
Ah, how beautiful. Thank you.
Look at that.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
More stairs. Almost to the top. So we made it to the very top, and it is actually scary up here. Like we're literally at the top of the spire, and it is just, it's like you get a vertigo in a way that I didn't expect, and I'm not afraid of heights, and it is super scary up here. So we're gonna head back down, but we literally made it to the top of the spire. That's it right there, touch it.
Yes.
But now it's time to go down.
I would like you go there.
Okay. That was a wild experience. I was not expecting to actually get like vertigo.
Yes.
That's insane. But pretty much $1 million view of Copenhagen. It doesn't get better than this, but do not come up here if you are afraid of heights, because holy smokes, I'm not afraid of heights, and I got nervous at the top. Never been on a building where they actually let you go to the absolute top of the spire and touch it.
Stairs finished.
Yeah, All right, let's go back down. Okay, we made it to the bottom, and now I have so much more appreciation for how high that is.
Yeah.
We were literally at the top of that spire to where you can touch it. And I've never like gone on any kind of monument where they let you go all the way to the top. Like, okay, right there was the main landing, and that's usually where they let you stop. But they let you go literally all the way to the spire, and from down here, I'm like, oh yeah, you know, but I think you can kind of see there's people all the way up there.
Yes.
You can go further than that. You can literally go right to the tippity top, and it is quite intimidating, but very, very cool that we got to. It is not for the faint of heart, but absolutely worth it. Loved it. You can see the city in a way I did not expect, and I super, super enjoyed it. What about you?
Me too. It's worth it.
Worth it.
Worth it.
Vale la pena.
Valse la pena, sì, assolutamente. Non è solo, sai, salire sulla torre. It's not like you just go up tower. It's
an experience.
Yes.
Yeah. And a little mini museum on the way there. You can kind of see history and all the bells. And we were up there when it chimed, and it was quite nice. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we go to where? Christiania, which is like the anarchy city, right? Within Copenhagen that I didn't know existed. Finished eating lunch, and now we are at a castle.
Yes, I think this is a castle. This is Palazzo di Christiansborg. So yes,
Okay.
it's Palazzo di Christiansborg.
Perfect.
Palazzo Reale. So yes, it's
Royal
Royalty
Palace.
Palace. Yes.
Okay, so we'll go check out the Royal Palace.
It's 12th century.
Get it scanned by my colleague.
Okay,
And here's your receipts.
thank you very much.
Yeah, perfect. Remember to cover your shoes before you go upstairs.
Okay, thank you.
We have to put special shoes on.
Before we enter into the palace. But first, we have to look good. All right, let's check this out. Yeah, I don't know what this building is, but it's impressive. And I love the symbol. This is that same symbol we saw in Svendborg. Sun and the moon. Which is awesome. Did we show that or no? Did we show our wedding rings? I don't think we did. This is my wedding ring. Oh no, can you see? Yeah, that's my wedding ring.
And now I will show mine.
So we think it's really cool. When we were in Svendborg, we saw this on one of like the manhole covers. We saw the sun and the moon, and we thought, wow, that's a cool sign. And now we realize it wasn't just Svendborg, it's all of Denmark has some kind of symbol of sun and moon. We found out this place right here behind us, very impressive building with the sun and moon, is City Hall.
Yeah.
So they're open just after 4. It's 10 after 4. They close at 4. So tomorrow, fortunately it's close to our hotel. So tomorrow we'll come back here and check it out. That's a pretty impressive City Hall though. So the next day we made it to City Hall. Very impressive. Huge.
I don't know, this is the first floor?
Yeah, I think this is the first floor. And I guess if you want to get married in Copenhagen, this is where you would do it, which we went to Arrow instead. Wow. This building is just impressive.
Yes.
So much creativity in all the designs. But check this out. Just coming up, we're on the 3rd floor now of City Hall. I mean, this whole thing is just an art. Yeah, it's a museum. It's like an art gallery. Just walking up the stairs. What did you find? You found a wooden elevator. Yeah, I've never seen a wooden elevator before. This part of the building reminds me, when I was a kid, they had a show called The 12 Tasks of Asterix, and there was one of the tasks that he had to do had nothing to do with strength, it had to do with bureaucracy, and he had to go into this building to do something very simple. He just had to like file some paperwork, and this reminds me of that. Because like he went in there and it just like went on and on. I mean, there's like multiple floors and there's like stairs that go here and here and here, and in that part of the cartoon, or that one of his tasks, is like the stairs would just zigzag up and down, and there's just these long hallways. This whole section just reminds me of the 12 Tasks of Asterix. It's where it's just infinity administration while also looking good at the same time. And another one of my favorite places is a library. Before the internet, we had this, the Encyclopedia Britannica. I remember this, and I loved it. I spent hours in the 80s and 90s going through these things and just exploring. Just like you would on the internet today, you can get lost on Wikipedia. This is what we had before the internet. Nice quiet place to read, and this is public. If you're in Copenhagen and you want to come and read or just chill, come in here into this library. Ain't nobody in here. There's no tourists in here. And this is exactly where we were yesterday. We were looking up. This is actually kind of cool. We were up here yesterday, or down here yesterday, looking and pointing up, and now here we are in the library, hanging out. Well, that pretty much wraps up our trip to Denmark. There's quite a few things that we did and chose not to film, or we didn't really explain where we were or what we were doing. We were just enjoying it because technically this was our honeymoon, and we had a wonderful time. We have many more adventures coming up that we want to take you guys along with us, and we definitely will share more of the food, culture, places, especially here in Italy, because there's so much to do, but we have plans to travel to other countries as well. But once again, thanks for joining us, and see you in the next one. We're about to leave. We're about to get on the train station and go, and I'm glad this is the last thing that we've seen, because to me it's the most annoying, just because there's so many people, and I know I'm a part of the people, but I'm glad we saw a whole bunch. We did things in reverse. We went to Svendborg and Arrow where there was nobody, which is great, and then we ended up in the most popular place it normally is. So
Yes.
I think we did things right. I think.
I think you are right. We didn't ruin our first feeling about country, about
Copenhagen in
Copenhagen,
general.
because we started from very unique. If you say, we went to this church, Salvatore, no?
Right. It's very easy to walk, and the weather right now is perfect. Pretty much this whole trip, the weather's been perfect. We found some amazing places that just had almost nobody. So now we're going to just continue to enjoy, walk, and then head to the train station and go home. I miss home, Italy.
Honk honk.
Yes. Where's all the honking? No honking. Everybody's riding bikes. That's why.